I would say it's a very good game. Hello guys, today we're gonna review a new game that's called Epic Auto Towers. When I first started playing the Demon faction, I saw it was overpowered, but I haven't been able to beat the first boss once in probably 20 tries. The mechanics aren't living up enough, or there isn't enough mana to go around, because I almost never have a winning board unless I get extremely luck with the Glutton Demon. Rotation Tower, the Fire and Cockpot combo, and Suckbass Consuming Glitch. Need a bit more OMF in the number here, because it's just not coming together. At the start you play a few rounds, get a feel for the tower and try to optimize your build from one round to the next. The game is quite fun during this phase as you improve. However, what I absolutely miss is some kind of permanent reward system. Whether are currencies that you can earn after each round to upgrade towers, unlock new ones, level them up or increase their frequency is completely absent. You just lose and start over from scratch. Some players might prefer this, but I don't. After you defeat the last wave, you can choose to continue in endless mode or end your round. However, it feels like the game focused you to play a very specific order of towers to even get to that point. If you want to experiment with a different playstyle, forget about it. Sometimes you lose in the first round, even with just 3 towers built. That's just ridiculous in my opinion. You lose your first crown out of 3. I can almost guarantee that our player will lose at least 1 crown around 4 or 5 or 6. I've died most often in these rounds, which is insane since it's only halfway to the first boss. It's not that it's hard to beat the boss, just spam milk and get towers and you're good to go. But it just doesn't feel enjoyable over and over. The game has a great concept and some really fun ideas from interaction. But currently the enemies in the early stage scale too quickly for reasonable fun experience, with little in the way for the player to reasonably prepare themselves. I've had an obscene number of runs doomed by wave 5 specifically because one single enemy had 1 hit point too many and suddenly everything is just falling apart. That wouldn't bother me if so many of the mechanics in this game weren't so clearly garaged toward an expert one of 20 or more waves. The sheer number of effects that care about having a level 5 tower early on, when even rushing an entire build toward getting the easiest level 5 tower is a suicide run, is pretty frustrating honestly. All that said, when you do finally get the right combination of tower and get a strategy online, the game does feel fantastic and satisfying. To be honest, I think a lot of my frustration would personally be resolved if there was in a game compendium where you could read about the towers and items you're seeing, potentially even be allowed to see their growth rates and event categories or text affect them. Show a lot of promise and it has an addictive gameplay loop, but currently rather just a little bit too relevant and RNG to be really fun or satisfying yet. A few numbers scaling tweaks in this game will definitely be a hit, especially if I could play it on mobile. It isn't polished, but it's very entertaining autobattler. Yes, it's unbalanced, but I have my hope it will progressively get better and better. Art is amazing, music is great, and this is quite fun to play even if it seems like the game drives you toward specific tower choice. If you want to move forward, think I'm looking forward to see in this game. Adjustments in combos abilities appearance raised to that does not seem impossible to win, with combos other than milk. A pool of different bosses, perhaps ability to sell more towers so that it's more possible to plan run, maybe introduce random event. In any case, I would recommend this game and encourage the developer to polish and finish it, and also open in Discord so that can have a better communication with player. The game has a very good core but has enormous balancing problem. As mentioned by a lot of reviewers, the game is very inconsistent. The first tower pack is easier and more doable, the second one is 100% down to luck if you can pass the first boss or not. Trick for the first tower pack. I really enjoy the game, but with the first boss being way too hard it makes only one or two builds viable. Most builds also depends on the rare uncommon tower that you have no control if you'll get. You can always just keep rolling for new towers on the market, but they will 100% fail on the first boss since you wasted too many resources. Recommendation: since the game needs a complete balance plus consistency overall, it will be very good for the player to have a customization game mode. For example, be able to multiply the amount of currency gained, be able to remove select tower, customizing the rarity percentage, the amount of towers initially on the market. With that of the most used configuration, it would probably really help to balance the game in the future. Thank you for watching, guys, and hope you see you later, my friends. Goodbye.